Good morning, everybody. Darcizzle and Puddin here today, and it is a glorious morning down here in South Florida. And there's no wind, which means it's going to be like 200 degrees today. But we are excited. We're doing something a little different than you normally see us do. We're always doing something in the deep sea, but we're still letting Brian heal over here. So today we're at the C14 Canal, and we are targeting invasive Florida species down here, particularly the bullseye snakehead. And it's the perfect time of the year to catch them up. I'm going to show you how I rig it up here in just a second. I'm going to get the GoPro on and show you what I'm going to be throwing and hopefully catch a lot of fish. He's shaking. Let's jump right into the rig that I'm using today and the bait we're going to use and how I'm going to rig it up and all that good stuff. So this is actually one of my saltwater reels, which is perfect little combo, especially for snakeheads, and they're very vicious, aggressive fighters. So I have an SR6 spinning reel, great for me to cast long distances, and it's spooled with 20-pound braid as the main line. You definitely want to use braid. I have used 10-pound braid in the past as well, and that works great. So this spinning reel is paired up with this rod here, and it's a Tsunami Airwave Coastal Series rod. This is a 7-foot rod, medium heavy. You want a heavier rod so that way you can set the hook on these fish. Okay, that's really important. And again, I said I'm using 20-pound braid, so I have about 10 feet of line pulled out of my reel right now. And what I'm gonna do, this is an awesome trick, is to use this black permanent marker Sharpie here. And what you do with the first 10 feet of it, because I'm gonna tie this braid directly to my lure, is I am going to use a marker to absolutely coat the braid and make it completely black so the fish can't see it. So you can kind of see what I'm doing right here. Just make a wrap around the marker and then pull down. Just like that. All right, so I got that done. I have about 10 to 12 feet of my 20-pound braid completely coated in the permanent marker, so now the fish can't see it at all. And you can see I have doubled my braid right here. So what I'm going to do next is, this is the lure we're using today. Brian is using a little bit of a different variation of this color, but this all black and a little bit of yellow works great. It's worked in the past, so we're going to see how this goes. And I will link these frogs in my Amazon store, so check that out down in the description below if you're interested. All right, so double braid. We're going to do a Palomar knot, which we just did a video on here. So to go through your lure, make an overhand knot. And then that last loop with your overhand knot, take that and wrap that around your lure. Just like so. Lubricate it a little bit, even though it's got marker on it. And then slide that down. Now that is a super strong knot, and that should work great for these crazy snakehead. All right, so now we're ready to fish. Let's do this. Forgot one more tip that I want to tell you when you get these brand new, the frogs out of the box. What I like to do, especially for snakeheads, because they blow them up so crazy and they eat the tail, is you definitely want to use scissors and cut this down a little bit, because he's going to grab back here and he might miss your hooks. So you want to make sure you hook them. I recommend taking about 1 inch off. And you can go more if you want to, whatever works for you. There, won't litter. All right, there we go. Nice little short legs. He's ready to rock. Let's fish. Got him! Fish on! Woo! Get up here, invasive. All right, just came through the bridge and it's been quiet over here. Nobody's been here yet. We just got the first fish in the boat. Yeah, buddy. Woo! Look at that little one. Look how aggressive he is. He just threw that frog way up, but I hooked him barely. Barely hooked there. That is a small snakehead, but you know what? That just goes to show you that their population is booming down here. Just super, super invasive. And they're a bullseye snakehead from that little bullseye they got on their tail there. Really cool species, but at the same time, they're not supposed to be here in Florida. So I am going to dispose of him. I hope you guys are happy about that. So go ahead and drop a comment down below, but I'm gonna put him in my cooler and we're just gonna try to catch as many of these guys as we possibly can. Oh my gosh. He just threw it on lucky I didn't get hooked just now. That's crazy.
Yeah, wow.
Can you imagine if that was a huge one? It's stuck in the mic. There we go. Okay.
Nice job.
All right, let's get re-rigged. Catch some more of these suckers.
Woo, nice job, Darcizzle. It's getting hot out here already.
So hot.
I just want to mention that I know a lot of you guys hunt for snakeheads up north, and that's the northern snakehead.
Yes.
And the bullseye is a little bit different, and they don't really go past like where we are right now. We're past Palm Beach County because it just gets too hot.
Maybe you could put a little shot of the two species in there.
Yeah, we'll put a little comparison right here. But anyway, yeah, I know everyone's hunting these things lately, and they're real super evasive. So nice job. We'll get some more.
Oh, it's a nice fish. Yeah, buddy. No fight, just dragging him in if he's still there. Unless I just got weed. I just got weed. Son of a gun. That stinks. That's got off.
All right, nice job, Darcizzle. Now, when you're throwing these, we like to throw them onto the ground or the grass and just plop them into the water. That way they avoid that big plop, and it sounds like a frog or some sort of animal gently going into the water. And also, you can see where these rocks are. We knew there would be fish there because that's where bait would congregate, and it's always like, throw it between those rocks, and she got a bite. I mean, we didn't get the fish, but who cares? So you want to throw in any sort of structure, those little drain pipes. Those are really hot spots. Or just go up and down the banks, parallel, of course.
And you can walk.
Yeah, you can walk. You can do this from shore, so you don't need a boat. And almost from shore, you know, you're less likely to spook them. So you can just walk right down this whole thing and fish. It's great.
Come on. Got him?
Yeah, I got something. Look at the
Nice,
bass.
babe. What'd you get? It's a snake. It's the smallest snake ever, but it's, oh, same size. Nice job.
Nice.
Woohoo. I told you you'd get one there.
Nice.
About the same size.
Yeah, that's
barely hooked. Watch out. Don't flip.
She's got 2 hooks in them.
Baby. Told you to hold on to them. Y'all can yell at Puddin.
All right, that's 1-1. Puddin, Darcizzle.
I don't think Brian's counts anymore.
Oh yeah.
He
that's
released
true.
it.
It's not in the boat. It's not in the boat.
Cool, bro. Oh. Oh, it was a nice fish. Oh, please don't get hung up. Ah. Trying to keep my rod up so I get him out of the weed. There he is. Oh, no, 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 no. Get up here. Big one. Woo! I need the net. Oh, he's big. Oh, sick. That was the sickest eat. I watched his tail flick up and he just inhaled that frog. You really got to let him eat too. And of course, my GoPro battery dies and I catch the biggest fish. That's how it works. It's the camera curse. Nice, guys. Look at this frog. You can't even see it. It's inhaled. He was super hungry. And that's probably an average sized fish right there. He is gnarly. Look at that. Look at the head on that thing. They literally look like a snake. It's so crazy. All right, let's see if we can get this hook out. They fight really, really hard too. Dude, he just crushed that frog. You see his little eyes sticking out. And look how massive the head on this thing is. It's crazy. Gnarly teeth. All right, here we go. Woo! No, you can't go. Jeez. All right, let's see you, sucker. Big broad heads on them. Reminds me kind of similar to that garfish that we caught the other day, but you know, a totally different species. More like a snake than an alligator. But they have the craziest teeth. Just look how pretty that one is. They're all really pretty, different colors, and that's a nice size one. They get much, much bigger than this though. And this guy put up a heck of a fight. blew that up. Look at the pretty dots all over him. He's just gorgeous. But all right, I'm 2, and I missed like 4 fish, I think. So 2 for 4, nice. Let's get him in the cooler. I'm not gonna release him like Puddin does. Oh, you got him. Nice, Brian, I watched him eat that. Get him in the boat. Good job. Get him on the bottom. He got one. Good job.
Woo.
Nice work.
Ooh, Puddin got another one.
Nice work. He had about 12 opportunities before that.
It's been slow. Usually we catch them a lot more. We got about 4 or 5 now. And just been a little slower than we liked, which happens, you know.
Yep, that's fishing.
That's fishing.
I tell him not to release that one.
He's in the tackle box.
Ew, get him out.
Oh, so wiggly. But yeah, so we were just talking about quitting and going different spots, and I just nailed this guy.
Yeah.
And I got a nice hook set. You know, what I love about this fishing, you know, sail fishing and all kinds of stuff
Careful with
offshore.
those hooks.
I know, I gotta be careful with these hooks. Is totally awesome, but you don't get the hook sets like in bass fishing, and particularly with this. You know, with these snakeheads, they really give you a crazy topwater bite, and you just rip their lips off with that hook. It's so much fun.
Visual.
Yeah, it's so much fun. It's, you know, you can have so much fun in freshwater too. It's, you know, you don't have to just be stuck in salt. We're not stuck, but other stuff is awesome too. It doesn't have to be 100-pound fish. You can't get a, you know, you don't get the hook set like that on an AJ or a, you know, some other stuff where you really just yank it. So, schmedium.
Medium, smallish.
Oh, over my hands.
Smallish.
And because I'm a real fisherman, guys, I'm using a bait caster. I got a Shimano, I don't even know what the heck this is, an Abu Garcia rod. This is actually our punching and flipping stick. So I got like 50-pound braid on here, and it's a super, like a medium, like a heavy. And
yeah, well,
you can really set the hook nice.
His bait caster doesn't matter because they still have the bigger fish.
That's true. Hey, but anyone can catch a fish on a spinning reel, right, guys? People who bass fish with spinning reels, you know, I don't know.
Whatever.
You know, it's also a good way to practice your hook sets. You know, it's you get a bite and you got to wait, you know, 3-5 seconds or whatever, and just point, let him take it, and just rip his head off. Man.
We are back at the house, guys, and it's time to fillet up our biggest invasive species that we caught. I'm very excited to have this. We have had snakehead in the past before, and it is really, really good. Wait till you see this meat here, then check it out. All right, so before I do that, just want to really quick mention, as always, my fish hook and anchor bracelets, the awesome necklaces that I make, keychains, 8x10s, calendars, t-shirts are available. Adult and child size is available on the anchors and the bracelets, anchors, and fish hook bracelets, and dozens of colors to choose from. So if you want to go ahead and support me, I hand make all of them myself. So you want something made by Darcizzle, go to my website. All that information will be down below for you guys to check out. All right, again, let's dive right into this. I'm using my 7-inch fillet knife today. And so what I'm going to do, they have really like crazy armor plating, kind of like that garfish I caught, and it's not as bad. So we can actually cut through this fish with a knife. And I know a lot of you guys are tin snip experts on that last video. Y'all told me that they make left-handed ones. But luckily, I don't need to use tin snips too often, so the right-hand ones were okay for the time being. But thank you guys. You guys are awesome. All right, so we made that cut right behind the head, angled it up as always, because every fish has a lot of head meat. You can see that white meat protruding. And then we're gonna turn that knife around. You can see that scale right there. It's insane. Really thick armor plating. And these guys, like I said, on the water, I literally don't think they have any. Look at that knife, it just cut right through them. Super sharp knife. I don't think they have any predators. They just eat everything in the C14 canal. But just take your knife, go all the way down. And I like to go underneath the scales so that way you're not dulling your knife as quickly. Cut through the tail like so. And then we're just gonna follow that backbone down, and that's where the flex of this blade comes in. I like a little bit of flex so I can follow the bones and the backbone down perfectly. All right. And then up here by the head, they have really weird pin bones that legit stick like straight out. You see how I just made that cut like completely sideways? You can actually feel them right in here. And I don't know why that is. I think it has to do with their air bladder and where they live, because they don't live in water that has a lot of like current or oxygen. So they have this crazy air bladder and they can kind of just live wherever, almost like that garfish. It's pretty wild. You see that hole right there? I think that has to do with part of the air bladder that extends all the way down. And then just knock off this whole beautiful side of white meat. Look at that. It does not look bad at all. Doesn't smell at all. And then right here was where the pin bones were I was telling you about. So then I'm just gonna make my cut right back down. I made that little section of bones. But right there is pin bones, which is pretty wild. It's actually pretty sharp and pointy. It sticks all the way out to here. So on both sides, that's the guts, and then I think that's an air bladder or air cavity right there. Nice. And look at that meat. That does not look bad. That looks actually like a nice saltwater fish, in my opinion. That looks really, really good. Then we're gonna use the same exact knife, and we're just gonna skin them off. And this is pretty easy too. They don't have the toughest skin, like I said, like that garfish we recently caught, but the bullseye snakehead in its own right is a pretty wicked creature. And they're not supposed to be here. So I'm looking forward to going back, catching more, and I think I'm gonna do a competition between Puddin and I and see who can get the most in one day. All right, knock that right off. And you can see here, we did not bleed this fish, by the way. But you can see right here, there's not a big bloodline at all. Very minute bloodline. Honestly, we're not gonna do anything to that. We'll just go ahead and cook it up. Sure, it won't taste like anything, but even though I cut away from the pin bones right here, there is still a row of pin bones that I can feel. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this out too. And that fillet is ready to go. Nice. All right. So I'm gonna do the other side of this fish. I am really excited to eat this in the kitchen. I'm actually pretty hungry today, and I'm full on coffee, but I'm ready to eat some fish for lunch. And if you guys are interested in all the stuff we just talked about, link down in the description below. You can save 15% off these knives plus free shipping. All that information, once again, down below. Check it out. All right, I gotta finish up the other side of this fish, and I'll meet you guys in the kitchen for the cooking portion of this video.
Another great job, Darcizzle, filleting that icky snakehead. And welcome, guys, to another edition of Cooking with Puddin. I think I had my hat on backwards in the last video. I'm not sure. Check that out. I was like looking at it, and I was like, what the heck am I doing? But we're gonna fry these things up, and I got a nice recipe from Twitter. Follow Darcy on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and even TikTok, all that great stuff. Because sometimes we put information out there, of course. But anyway, I asked for recipes on TikTok, and the fella's name is, hold on one second. The fella's name on Twitter is One Cast, One Fish. And what we did, I got some B-roll here for you, of course, 'cause I like to get all this out of the way, is I just cut up this snakehead into little chunks, just like we did the other day, you know, even chunks, so they cook evenly. And you can see this fish is like super white meat, right? And then we actually dredged it, not in milk, but in hot sauce. And I use like this sriracha, I'm probably pronouncing it, or silly, excuse me.
Sriracha.
Sriracha, Darcy says. So I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. So anyway, so in sriracha, and then in some panko, and then in some oil at 350 degrees. And here they are. I also took some suggestions from some folks on Facebook. And I don't know if I've done this before, but people reminded me, is I put, after I breaded them, I put them in the refrigerator for like half an hour. That helps it stick. So throw them in here. It only takes about 3 minutes, because I've already done a little batch. And they're delicious. As you know, I've always tasted them. And but we're gonna put this on for 3 minutes. They're gonna be all done. And then we're gonna take it to the table for the taste test. All right, Darcizzle, let's give it a go.
Let's do it. I'm gonna try it just by itself first.
You can try it by itself. We also have tartar sauce, and you can use any dipping sauce. We got this Dano stuff that we've been using, low salt, which is good for me because I'm fat and old.
Mm-hmm. This is like literally my new favorite thing to put in my food.
Yeah?
It is. I said it in the last video too, but I'm gonna do it. But this stuff is down in the description below if you're interested. Everything is there. I always sound like a broken record, but anything that you're interested in or whatever we talk about, it's always listed in every video. And this sriracha sauce, am I saying it wrong now?
I don't even know.
He says sriracha. It's sriracha sauce. I can handle it. I'm not a big spicy person, but it's not too bad. It's actually, it gives it a little kick. I like it.
Yeah.
No complaints. Really good. A lot of fun. Can't wait to go back. Comment below if you want us to go back. And stay tuned for more epic adventures this week because we are bringing you some epic deep sea content and we're getting ready for that right now. So we're waking up bright and early, literally in like 5 minutes. It's hours from now, but I like to say 5 minutes, we're waking up. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. We do hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and drop us a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And until our next adventure, follow your dream.
And keep on catching. I know, I'm sorry.
They're going to yell at you about you talking with your mouth full. And keep on, come on.
Oh.
And keep on.
No, let's start over again.
Follow your dream and keep on catching. I didn't open my beer yet.
You're a terrible person.
I'm a terrible person.